welcome back Zona Bros, or welcome if this is your first time stopping by. Today we're going to be fixing the swirls on the B-pillars and applying a PPF that I bought from Expel. So let's get started. Today I'm going to be using the Meguiars scratch eraser kit. It's really nice because it comes with a little applicator pad that attaches to a normal drill. So I'll have this product linked in the description below. We are using an affiliate link, so if you do click on it, we'll get a small portion. This is the bottle. The first step is to prep your surface. So make sure all the dust and anything else is off of it, so that when you're using the drill brush, when you're using the applicator pad, you're not embedding more scratches into it. And then after that, the next step is to prep your applicator pad. Let me just show you. So this is the foam pad that it comes with, and this is a drill that I had. So start off by opening the seal. Okay, so the seal is removed. Just apply small dabs of. That's a little too big. Since this is a new pad, it needs to be saturated first. So I that might actually be too much, but you get the idea. And then apply it onto the surface. So once you have it on the pad and your surface, just press it against the surface you're trying to polish and turn your drill on. Next, check to make sure your pad is fully saturated, and if it's not, you can either add more or just go to another area and press. Once your pad is saturated, you can go ahead and press it against the surface and go in a side to side and up and down motion to fix your scratches. So once you're done with the drill, there's going to be a lot of residue left, and you just need to wipe off the excess with the included microfiber towel, or you could use your own. So moment of truth. So you guys just saw before and after the first pass. So there's still a little bit of swirl marks left that I'd like to remove. So I'm just gonna try to go over again, doing the same steps. So hopefully they're completely gone after this. That second pass through wasn't very helpful, so you're probably gonna be fine just going over it once. There are still minor swirls, but it's really hard to notice. You have to take a flashlight and look at it. No one's gonna look at your car like that. And the PPF should help cover it up. So let's put it on and see what it looks like. Before doing the headlights, I just wanna quickly go over how to do it on the B-pillars, just because we have experience now. So the headlights are done. It's been on for a few weeks and they look very nice. You can't even tell there's a film on there. There's a couple spots where I think we might have creased the film before installing it. So you can see that, but it's not that big of a deal. So let's get started on the B-pillar. Before you start doing anything, find which one of these 4 pillars matches the one, like the place you're ready to apply. Using gloves might help. You won't be putting any fingerprints anywhere. Also, it might give you more grip when you're moving around the film. You might notice that parts of the film have creases on them, and that's okay. Once the film is applied and it starts curing, those creases will go away. This kit has film for each of the B-pillars and for the little triangle sail panel next to the front, next to the side view mirrors. If you don't want to go through the trouble of polishing the B-pillars, another option would be to buy black PPF, which is a thing now. You don't have to worry about the imperfections on the actual B-pillar because you can't see through the PPF. And the nice thing about PPF is it's self-healing. So as you use the B-pillar to open and close your door, you're going to be introducing scratches to it, but on the PPF, the scratches will heal. Another thing you need to do is prepare your slip solution. You're gonna use 1 drop of baby shampoo for every 250 milliliters. There's about 500 milliliters of water in here, so I used 2 drops of baby shampoo. You don't need to be exact with it. It's just an estimate. So once you found out which one you wanna spray, or which one you wanna start with, go ahead and spray it down with your slip solution. And then you can start peeling. But once you are able to peel it, just keep spraying and peeling. The next step is to spray down your surface, and throughout this whole process, don't be afraid of using too much liquid, because that's what helps you position and it keeps the film from sticking. Unless you're on the inside, don't be afraid of using too much solution. So next step is to get your squeegee, and you can spray down this also. So start by aligning your film, and you might not be able to align it at the top and the bottom. So just try to align it in one spot. We chose the top. So you want to dry out the top so that you can stretch. And if you start by adhering the bottom part, you're gonna have to squeeze out all the water by going up, which is a lot harder than just going down. So just, it's gonna be a little bit hard to make the top part adhere, but once it does, it'll make the rest of the process easier. We just applied Expel on this pillar. That's what this residue is. There's still a little bit of water in between the film and the pillar, but don't worry about that. It'll go away probably by tomorrow. It doesn't take too long. And this side doesn't have the film. You can't even tell where the film ends and the pillar starts. There is a lip on both of the sides, but the top and bottom don't have a lip. It went all the way to the top and wrapped around, and it went below the weather seal, which was pretty cool. So yeah, so far it looks good. Hopefully it hides some of the swirl marks because we were not able to polish all of it off. But I won't be able to tell you guys until for a few days. I have to wait for the film to fully cure and adhere. So now both of these have Expel on them. Be careful not to put too much pressure right after applying the film, just because it's not completely dry. It might look like there's no water under it, but there is still water in between the paint and the film. We noticed that there is lint under the film in a couple of spots. There's some down here and also up there. If you see any, it's really easy to slowly peel up the film and keep spraying water as you're peeling it up. Go up until the lint is not under the film anymore. And if you spray it with water a couple times, it'll just slide down with the water. If not, you can go ahead and use your finger, if you have gloves on, to remove it from the adhesive, and it'll stick down again if you go through the same process of squeezing out the water. Okay, so we're done with the B pillars. They turned out really nice. The film adhered very nicely. It was a lot easier to do than the headlights because it's a flat surface, there's no curves. It was a lot easier to align, and we didn't need to stretch it as much as we did the headlights. And I'm sure the experience helped too. This is our third time putting PPF on. So it's been about 2 weeks since we put PPF on the B pillars, and I think it turned out amazing. It's not lifting up, and if it hasn't lifted up by now, I don't think it will. All of the swirl marks were covered. I know it's a little bit dirty right now, so you wouldn't be able to tell, but when it was clean, I took a look at it with a flashlight. You couldn't see any swirls. So the film does a great job of covering imperfections. Just make sure there's no key mark or anything. Obviously that would be too deep to cover, but anything on the clear coat, it should be able to cover. Actually, now that I'm looking at it again, there are parts that I didn't align properly. So you can see a little bit of the film lifting up right here. That's just because I guess I was rushing and not paying attention to the alignment. So if you take your time, you should be able to get it perfect. It won't lift up. Even though this is lifting up, the parts that are adhered to the pillar are adhered pretty well. So this isn't gonna get any worse anytime soon. Okay, I hope you guys found this video helpful. We have a video coming up on the on PPF for the headlights and the screen on the inside. I think the interior ones are a lot more helpful. Those scratches you'll probably notice more because you're spending most of your time inside the car, and there's a lot of piano black, so it's bound to get scratched. And then we'll also show you what I did off camera with the center console. I think that made the biggest difference because it was already scratched even though the car's only a month old, but all those scratches were hidden by the PPF. So yeah, if you are planning on doing this, make sure it's the first thing you do before you have a chance to scratch it up. So yeah, I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you did find it helpful, please share it with someone. Hit that like button. If you want to see more videos like this, just hit the subscribe button. I'll see you next time.